Hey, I'm Meghann Scully, and this is the Limerick Post Show coming to you from the Strand Hotel, where the launch of the Cook Medical Women's Mini Marathon is taking place, and they're celebrating 21 years. The run itself is happening on the 29th of September. So now I'm joined by Angela of Cook Medical. I have to say, amazing, 21 years celebrating this mini marathon. It must be an amazing feeling.
It's absolutely fantastic, Meghann. Cook Medical are delighted to be involved with this event. It's our fourth consecutive year, and we have signed up until 2021.
Brilliant.
It's an important day in our calendar every single year.
And it must be amazing too to see your name up there as well, and to be able to support something so great, because so many women are going to take to the streets on the 29th of September to take part in it.
Absolutely. There's going to be 3,000 women and probably a few men as well dressed up that will take part. But Cook Medical for years have been Limerick's best kept secret, and this mini marathon has really put our name on the map, which is fantastic. We're a healthcare company. We're encouraging health and fitness for both our employees. We've 850 employees in Limerick, as well as the wider community. So it's a great day to be involved with.
It is absolutely wonderful, and we're saying to people to sign up today, get involved, and maybe get all your sisters and your aunties and your mothers and everyone, because I think it's great to see so many women, and as you said, some men getting together for this run.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic, and this year we have another fantastic t-shirt for the participants, which I think will encourage a lot of women to actually sign up. But it's a great day, whether you want to walk, jog, run, to come out and have fun with your family and friends.
That's it. It's for all fitness levels, so that's the great thing about it.
All fitness levels and all abilities. Last year, Meghann, there was a lady actually in a wheelchair that did the 5k event, an electric wheelchair that did the 5k event with her family. It was fantastic, and to see her smile come over the finish line, amazing.
That's absolutely wonderful. Angela, thank you so much for chatting to the Limerick Post today.
You're very welcome.
So I'm now joined by Arlene, who's Secretary of Fela Bhair Bru, and we are standing in Killaloo, but we're looking over to your Ballina.
We are indeed, over to the Tipperary side of the bridge. Yeah.
Now, tell me all about Fela Bhair Bru and what exactly is going on.
Okay, so we've 5 busy days coming up. We're starting off with a range of workshops in drama and natural skincare, gardening for the next couple of days. We have historical lectures, we have guided walks, we have kiddies beat on the street, we have craft fairs, farmers markets, flyboarding on the Shannon here, which will be pretty impressive. And we have a load of water activities, which Killian will talk to you about. And we have fireworks going from right here on the Saturday nights. This is the place to be Saturday night. And then Sunday we have traditional family fun day, emergency services day. We have the RSA coming with their simulator and their rollover shuttle. And we have events in the swimming pool, our heated swimming pool down below, and yeah, I can't think of any more. There's so many.
When I said in the office I'm going to Killaloo and I was going speaking to you about Fela Bhair Bru, everyone was like, "Oh, it is so much fun! It's so much crack." Everyone was raving about it, and anyone I've spoken to outside work as well go on about what a great time in Killaloo it is. So it must be great to hear things like that.
It is. It's fabulous. Yeah, I mean, we're a small group of volunteers really, and the stress does get a bit much at times, but when it's over and when you see events running successfully and a load of people coming to them and enjoying them, it's lovely, and it's really nice to hear the feedback afterwards. Kind of gives you a bit of a boost, really, when you're wrecked after all the organising.
Now, for you and being from Ballina, what is your favourite part of Fela Bhair Bru?
I suppose it's kind of I love the traditional side of it. I mean, I suppose it would be, we always say that it's commemorating Ireland's greatest High King and his native place. That's kind of our tagline. So I love the idea of having the traditional, we have traditional family fun day over here, with archery and things like that. So I like that side of it, and a little bit about the history and everything. And of course the fireworks is always just amazing. And the dog show.
Oh, the dog show as well. We'll have to come back to that.
Put that one in.
Keane will have to bring Breezy along. It must be wonderful too, as you said, because to, I suppose, young people and getting them involved in history and teaching them about Brian Ború, because I suppose you'd be kind of afraid sometimes that people will forget, or kids, they say, kind of get into their phones and stuff. So something like this means that you can kind of get the kids back into it and show them what exactly is on their doorstep. Yeah,
exactly. And we like to kind of organise interactive events, so they're out and about doing stuff in workshops rather than inside. So pretty much everything from Friday evening till Sunday is outdoors. Now that can be good and bad, so fingers crossed for the weather, but it's just it's getting them out and just highlighting the lake, highlighting the history, highlighting our traditions, as you said, everything we have on our doorstep here, which is fantastic.
Absolutely amazing. Now, if people want to find out more information about events, where can they go?
FelaBhairBru.com. Everything is on that. And
Super
we have
stuff.
a Facebook page as well, Fela Bhair Bru. So
Brilliant. Arlene, thank you so much for chatting to the Limerick Post.
thank you very much.
Now I'm joined by John, who's the chairman of Fela Bhair Bru. And what, you've been involved now since 1993?
That's right, 1993.
I'd say now for you this must be amazing, because I'm guessing the event has just been growing, getting better and bigger every year.
Yeah, thankfully it has, and we've managed to keep it going, which is really the hardest thing to do now, because with insurance and everything else, an awful lot of festivals have gone by the way in the last couple of years. So we're lucky enough that we're still surviving.
How important is it for you though to keep Fela Bhair Bru going and to keep Brian Bru's memory, I suppose, and legacy going?
Yeah, of course, it's most important. That's what we want to do, that everybody is proud of their ancestry here, that Brian Ború was High King of Ireland, based here in Killaloe. And, we want to keep his memory alive.
And what made you back in the 90s want to get involved with this?
I just wanted to be involved in it. There was a festival before that which was more on the lines of like the Rose of Tralee or something.
Yeah.
And that went, and then we decided, right, well, why not remember our most famous son in Killaloe? So that's when we started with Fela Bhair Bru.
I think it's great as well, because Killaloe is such a stunning place. I mean, I know a lot of people come here for food, for coffee, to go on the water and absolutely everything. But I think now Fela Bhair Bru has built its own legacy, and people now want to come and learn more about history. And I think that's one thing I've noticed in recent times is people actually are almost going back to history, if you like.
Indeed, and especially local history, our own history here in Killaloe and Ballina, we're very proud of it. And especially our other thing is to have it as a community festival. It's really, it's for the two communities and for all the neighbouring areas around to enjoy themselves for a couple of days,
Now I know it's going to be a very tough question, but what for you is the highlight of Fela Bhair Bru? What's the thing that you just kind of can't wait for every single year?
Well, the fireworks, I suppose, are number one, with everybody, and this year as well we have the guy who's doing the jet boarding, which will be lit up at about 10:30 on Saturday night. He's coming straight up out of the water, and that should be pretty spectacular, So we're looking forward to that. That's a new event for us this year. So.
Well, as I said, word in Limerick City, everyone is saying how much crack it is out here for Fela Bhair Bru. So I hope you have a great time and get loads of numbers and that the sun shines.
Absolutely.
Thanks a million, John.
Thank you very much.
Now I'm with Killian from My Next Adventure, and when I was getting directions down here, I was told to look out for these green kayaks. I think they're quite famous and they pop out straight away. So I think that's always a good way for someone to know your business and your location.
Yeah, it's our first year in business here, so we're trying to get the word out. And I suppose our focus is to try and get as many people on the water this year around Killaloe, because it's just spectacular here.
So tell us, for Fela Bhair Bru, you're basically looking after all the water activities. So what exactly will be taking place?
Okay, so we're starting off we've got the blessing of the boats on Saturday morning. We then have Killaloe Sailing Club are coming down, and they're doing a taste of sailing, so that's free sailing all morning. And that's been done just in front of the church here. Mm-hmm. Then we've got zorbing on the canal. Oh, lovely. We've got kayak tours. We've got night kayaking, so people want to go night kayaking. And then we've got airboarding, which is going to be spectacular. So that's going to be in front of the Ballina ferry pontoon, and it's going to be down here on the lower bridge section here on the river. Also then for the fireworks, which is a little bit different, we're going to have all the boats in the pontoon are going to light up. So we're really pushing all the boats. We have lights to give out to all the boats as well, so we're going to have a spectacular site with all the boats lit up. And then we've got the airboarding back, and they'll be wearing LED suits. So there's a show in the water before the fireworks, and the fireworks then are between 10:30 and 11 o'clock at night on Saturday. That's
going to be absolutely incredible, and I cannot wait to see that. It's going to look unbelievable. Now, we were even just saying, we got here, how this is a perfect place for going on the water, especially for people who aren't as experienced, because it's so calm and it just seems like such a good place to even start, but also, I suppose, for people who are more experienced as well.
Sure, we've got the river and we've got the canal, and also we've Ardnacrusha. So Ardnacrusha helps us because we go up the river, we go up the canal, and if Ardnacrusha is on, it pulls us down the river. So there's very little paddling in some ways. The route we take is 5 kilometres, and when people here, they think it's for their first paddle, it's a long paddle. But within 2 hours, they don't even notice that they've done it. And en route, then we stop for a picnic down in Claresford Park, which is another spectacular location. And then we go back up through the canal, and the old canal is overgrown, and it's a little bit different here, and most people in Killaloe haven't been down the canal.
Yeah, so that's what I find happens sometimes. People are in a place and they don't go to see what's on their own doorstep. So I think you want to encourage everyone. I suppose Fela Bhair Bru will do that. Get the locals out, get the community together, and get people to get a taste of what Killaloe has to offer. Because I already know there's a lot of people from outside Killaloe and Ballina who are going to be travelling in.
Sure. And the best way to see Killaloe and Ballina is on the water. The best way to see the lake is on the water. Because if you come to Lough Derg, you can drive around Lough Derg. There's certain points where you can see the lake. Just get on the lake, you get to see everything.
Absolutely brilliant. Killian, for my next adventure, thank you so much for chatting to Limerick Post, and I hope you have a great time at Fela Bhair Bru.
Great, thanks very much.
What does it mean to you to see all these people turn up for Pride today?
I am so excited there's so many people here for Pride today. This is the 50th anniversary of Stonewall, and this year our theme for the Limerick Pride Parade is Limerick World Pride, because as long as people don't have equal rights in other countries, we do need a Pride Parade. We're not just marching for ourselves, we're so blessed and fortunate in this country. We're voting for other people, we're marching for other people, we're fighting for other people all around the world that need equal rights, because this is not about LGBT rights, this is about human rights for all. Happy Limerick Pride! Well, the more places that marriage equality is passed, the healthier the world is going to be. Love is love, love conquers all, and people in Northern Ireland, if they love one another, should have a right to marry one another, just like people in Southern Ireland. I got married last August. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. Love is love is love. That's what it's all about, people. And I'm so honoured to be in Limerick for Limerick Pride. It's my favourite day of the year, and I want to wish everyone out there a happy Limerick Pride.
Hey, Meghann Scully, and this is the Limerick Post Show, coming through from this most amazing medieval garden, joined by Sinead MacDonald, Environmental Officer here in Limerick Council. This is incredible.
Isn't it lovely? And we have a very particular reason for bringing you to the Medieval Garden 1. This was a winner in 2014 in the Bloom competition, the National Bloom competition, and then brought here to Merchants Quay. But this year, a lot of our focus on planting schemes with Limerick Going For Gold, as in the Tidy Towns competition, particularly the national competition, will be on perennials and bedding plants, in other words pollinators, so food for bees and butterflies and the like.
And because I should say that is why we're here to chat all about going for gold. It's incredible. Limerick is going for gold, so what do we need to do?
Okay, well, as a general person in the population, what you need to do is, number one, not litter. Number two, help any of the volunteers you see out there within your community who are doing litter picks or planting or watering or anything like that that they're doing, to give them the hand and support. And don't just go, oh, you're doing a great job. Actually lend a hand there with that. So we have 5 categories in Going For Gold this year. We have the Limerick Going For Gold Tidy Towns category. You have to be an entrant in the 2019 Tidy Towns National Competition to be in that. We have the Limerick Be Friendly in Bloom. So we're looking for blooms, but we want them to be friendly. It's not that there can't be any bedding plants, but we're not looking for solely bedding plants. Then we have a residential areas category. And after that, we have the Endeavour category. And I'm missing one, the Best Front Garden category. Okay, and that Best Front Garden is sponsored by the Parkway Shopping Centre.
So when you say front garden, is that anyone's front garden?
It's anyone's front garden. It has to be visible from a public road, and the notion is if I'm minding my garden, I give other people a lift and I incentivise them to mind gardens too. We're very lucky in Limerick with the sponsorship of the McManus Charitable Foundation. So the prize fund this year for Limerick Going For Gold will be 60,000 plus. So it's huge money, and we're very lucky. We're one of the only local authorities in the country to be able to offer that to our groups, but it is thanks to the Charitable Foundation. That's 100% funded by them. All of the grants, all of the groups that have participated and are entered into this year's competitions, they all have received grants, and the grants can vary depending on the project or the size of the group, from 200 to maybe 2,500 or so, and about 72,000 has been paid out in grants so far. So in that sense, everybody's a winner. Not everybody might be a winner on the very end, but everybody's a winner that night.
It's absolutely incredible. And just speaking there about the gardens that are on show, I know there's so many people who are so proud of their gardens and really love a chance to enter a competition like this.
Absolutely, and the application form is on our limerick.ie site, but it will also be available from the Parkway Shopping Centre. And in fairness to the Parkway, they actually manage that competition themselves. They accept the entries in, they judge it with some assistance from the post actually normally. So that's a lovely competition, and it is about helping to lift areas, helping to lift people's spirits as well, and just that connection.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Now, it's funny actually, I'm talking to you today, and just last week I was speaking to Helen of Team Limerick Cleanup about Plastic Free July and how we can all do our bit to basically pick up all the rubbish and to stop wasting so much plastic.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. And the single-use plastics is just the bane, and single-use items are the bane of any Tidy Towns volunteer's life, be it Helen and her team in the city or any of the teams across the county. So I would very strongly ask people to use a reusable bottle. we're working on a refill initiative with groups, with businesses across the city, that businesses would have a sticker on them just saying, we'll refill your bottle if you need it. And also disposable coffee cups, to not use the disposable coffee cup and have a reusable cup. And a lot of people say, oh, well, have you got a cup for me? And we have certainly distributed them in the past, and no doubt we will again, but they're available all over the place now. An awful lot of the coffee shops are doing them themselves. Even some of the hotels in Limerick are doing them themselves. So there's a lot of options out there. All the grocery stores, the supermarkets, you know, they're there to be found, you know, and I would just encourage as many people as possible to use them. And if you don't drink coffee yourself or tea yourself, don't be afraid to give it as a present to somebody who you know does.
Do you know what, there's no excuse, as you said, nowadays every time you walk into a shop there are reusable coffee cups for sale, so exactly, no excuses. Now I have to say that if there's anyone out there that would maybe like to get involved in some way or volunteer in some way, well, what can they do to help?
Well, one, they could link in with their local Tidy Towns group. If in terms of the city centre, now the city centre doesn't compete against the other groups in Going for Gold, but if you're looking to assist with the city centre group, they have a wonderful Facebook page and a Twitter account, and they meet on Sunday mornings and they meet on Wednesday evenings near the White House pub. Sometimes that changes to the Strand Hotel if they're doing an initiative with Limerick GAA, as they have been doing recently. So to check the Facebook page there. In terms of our other groups, a lot of them do have Facebook pages or Twitter accounts, but if you're out in the county and you want to link in with somebody, by all means call us here in Limerick City and County Council and we'll try and link you up with the nearest Tidy Towns group. Groups are always looking for help. The other thing is just keep your eye out. If you see somebody out doing their bit, help them. Offer to help, say hello, and it's a great way to meet neighbours. I met some of my very close neighbours doing a litter pick, you know.
That's the thing about it, I think, it's in growing up as well with Tidy Towns myself, it's a sense of community, and it is, as you said, get to know your neighbours, get to help each other out, and make your place look like a nice, tidy place to live.
Absolutely. And Tidy Towns has grown and it changes from year to year, and it's a competition that has real environmental integrity now as well. It's not just about being pretty, it's about doing the right things by the environment as well, and it's very all-encompassing. So, and there's a community aspect to it as well, as you said, getting to know your neighbours, getting out, being active, making connections with people, making a connection with nature. It's all good. It's all good.
It is. It's absolutely incredible. All I'll say is thanks so much for chatting to the Limerick Post, and of course Limerick Going for Gold. Let's do it. Let's all help out and get the gold for Limerick.
Thanks very much, Meghann.